Hello everybody. Today I've got two pennies. Two pennies from the reign of King George V. There they are. And if I turn them over, you can see they are both dated 1914. They're in a very worn condition and they've certainly done a lot of circulating. But as you can see, they are different colours. The one on the left is like a milk chocolate colour and the one on the right is a dark chocolate colour. Now, I have tasted them. They're absolutely disgusting. They taste nothing like chocolate, so please do not do that. I've done that experiment for you. So why are they different colours? Some people used to say that the dark coins did most of their circulating in smoky big cities like London, Manchester, Liverpool, and the lighter ones were mostly circulated in the countryside. That's why they didn't get the dark smokiness of them. But that's not true. They're both made of bronze, which is an alloy of copper, tin and zinc, but in different quantities they can produce different coloured coins. A lot of the old Victorian pennies and halfpennies are very dark, but for this video I'm just going to stick to the pennies between 1912 and 1919. When they were newly minted, they almost certainly looked like this. The shiny 66, this is made from bronze as well, and the 1914s would have looked the same. They would all look shiny like this when they were new. But when they did a lot of circulating, they were exposed to the air and the atmosphere and people touching them, they changed to their natural colours, which is these. Now, I'm not a scientist. Please put me right if I'm getting anything wrong in this video. Please put it in the comments. Please feel free to add a bit of info.
What do you want? Information. We want information. 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 You won't get it.
Oh, I'm sure I will. Number 6, a lot of my viewers are very knowledgeable. Now, as I just said, a lot of the old Victorian pennies and halfpennies are very dark as well, but for this video we're going to stick between the years 1912 and 1919. That's because we know where the blanks were made for these coins between 1912 and 1919. They were made by Ralph Heaton & Son at their factory in Birmingham, and also the King's Norton Metal Works, which was also in Birmingham. And I think it's obvious that the two companies were not using the same alloy to produce the bronze blanks. And for some of those years, they not only made the blanks, they minted some coins too. So let's start with 1912, and we'll have a look at the dark one first. There we go, 1912. You can see the H mint mark there in George V. So not only would the blank have been made at the Heaton Works, the coin would have been minted there as well. And if we look at the lighter one, you'll see there's no mint mark on that. I can't find any records of any blanks being made at the Royal Mint. That's why they outsourced them. So it's pretty reasonable to say that this blank was made at King's Norton, and because there's no mint mark, it was minted at the Royal Mint, which was then in Tower Hill in London. Okay, this is the London Mint. I'll put the mintage figure up there, over 48 million. And in this condition, around about 50 pence, right up to about £45 for an uncirculated one. Now the darker one with the H mint mark, the Heaton Mint, this is going to be about £2 in this condition. This is not too bad. Right up to about £210 for an uncirculated version. Now the 1913, you'd have no problem picking one of those up for about 50 pence in this condition, up to around £60 if it's uncirculated. Now none of these prices differentiate between the dark and the light, and to be honest I've not had any problems finding either, so maybe the mints supplied equal amounts. Maybe the Heaton Mint and the King's Norton Mint supplied equal amounts of blanks. That's why they're not too difficult to find either one. Yeah, back to the 1914s, didn't have any problems finding one of each colour of those. Over 50 million minted, ranging in price from about 50p in this condition to about £55 in uncirculated condition. The 1915, again, didn't really have any problem finding one of each colour. This is not including the broken tooth variety. There'll be a link to that below. This is a standard one. By the colour, I would say that blank came from the Heaton Works and this blank came from the King's Norton Works. Again, around about 50p for this in this condition, up to around £55 uncirculated. The 16, never had any trouble finding one of each colour of that. That's a Heaton, that's a King's Norton blank. Around about 50p up to about £55 again for these. Now, the 1917, a massive 107 million of these were minted, and I couldn't find any light coloured ones, and I've got hundreds of them. So maybe that year all the blanks came from the Heaton works. So if you've got the lighter, the milk chocolate version of the 1917, I'd like to know, so I haven't found one. But massive mintage figure, so you'd pick one of these up for around 30 to 40 pence in this condition, up to around £40 for uncirculated. Now again, the 1918 didn't have any problem finding one of each colour, so this one's going to be the Heaton works and this one the King Norton works for the blanks. Again, quite common, so between 40 pence and £50 for an uncirculated one. Now we come to the mint marked ones. You can see the darker version there, the 1918 H for Heaton and the 1918 KN for Kings Norton. Yeah. The 1918 with the H mint mark, around £2, £2.50 for one in this condition, going up to over £400 for an uncirculated one. And the Kings Norton KN mint mark, I would say about £4 to £5 for one in this condition, and that goes up to £1,500 for an uncirculated one, or even more. The 1919, a massive 113 million of these were minted, so they range from around about 30 pence up to probably £40 in uncirculated condition. Now the 1919, the darker one on the Heaton blank with the H mint mark, around about £2 to £3 in this condition, going up to over £600 for an uncirculated one. The lighter colour, Kings Norton blank with the KN mint mark, and obviously it was also struck at the Kings Norton works. You could get one of these in this condition for around £7, but in an uncirculated condition you'll probably pay nearly £2,000 for this. Here's an image of a KN 1919 penny. The 1919 Kings Norton penny in uncirculated condition is so hard to come by that this actual coin sold in 2014 for £2,400. And we'll have a quick look at the obverse. There we are. Lovely coin. So there we are. Some coins are dark, some are light, nothing to do with where they were circulated, all to do with the ingredients of the alloy. In 1860, the official alloy was 95% copper, 4% tin and 1% zinc. But the later bronze coins, even the decimal ones, were 97% copper, 0.5% tin and 2.5% zinc. So why were some of the earlier ones dark? Is it because they had more tin or less zinc? All you meteorologists out there can let me know in the comments, please. You can test them to find out what they're made of, but I'm afraid I don't have the equipment to do that. So there's a little explanation of why coins are different colours, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.